Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Iqra English School. I hope you are fit and fine. Dear students, you know that this is your class 5th NCERT EVS book Looking Around, and today we are going to read the chapter number 10, Walls Tell Stories. In this chapter, we are going to read about a fort, that is a Golconda Fort, and that is situated in Hyderabad of Telangana state. And you know that the Golconda Fort is it comes in monuments. So now you will think that what are the monuments. Monuments are the historical buildings and statues that are made by the greatest emperors who ruled over on our country, and there are so many monuments are in our country. First of all, I will talk about the most beautiful and fantastic monument, that is Taj Mahal. You know that the Taj Mahal is situated in Agra, and it was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in the memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. And this is so beautiful that it is called that uh, the Taj Mahal is the symbol of love, and the Taj Mahal also comes in the seven wonders. And you know that the Taj Mahal is made up of white marbles. Like that, the Red Fort that is situated in Delhi is made up of red stone and red marbles. The Qutub Minar is also situated in Delhi. The Golden Temple is also a monument that is situated in Amritsar. The Mysore Palace that is situated in Mysore. The Gateway of India is in Mumbai, and Hawa Mahal is in Jaipur. Like that, there are so many monuments in our country. Today, we are going to read about the monument that is called the Golconda Fort. Some students have come here to visit the fort, and they are talking to each other. Now, let's read the chapter. At last, we reached Golconda. We were glad that Didi was with us. Didi studies history, and we enjoy visiting different places with her. You know, the history. History is a study of the past event, and the student who study the about the past event, that is called the student of history subject. Here some children have come with their elder sister, and they are telling that they are very glad that they go with their elder sister to visit the palace many more. Shelja is telling, my goodness, this fort is so huge. She is telling that the fort is so huge, so big. Shidhar, and see at what a height it is built. Shidhar is telling, the height of the palace is so much high. Now, Kalyani, just look, have you ever seen such a huge gate? Now, Kalyani is talking about this type of huge gate. You are watching? Shalja, it must be very heavy. I wonder how many people would be needed to open and close this gate. You know that you're watching that the gate is very heavy and very huge, and that is why they are wondering that how many people are needed to open and shut this gate. Kalyani is telling, look at these sharp iron spoke. I wonder why they are made. You are watching this type of nails that are that are fixed on the door on the gate, that are the iron spoke. Shalja is telling, look at these thick walls too. Shridhar, I have never seen such a thick wall. The wall of the palace are very thick, and they are telling they have never seen such a thick wall. Kalyani, at some places a part of the wall comes out in a round shape. I wonder why. Didi, these are called bastions or burj. See, these are even higher than the wall. The outer wall of this fort has 87 bastions, thick walls, a huge gate, and so many bastions, so many ways to ensure security. Their elder sister told them that the thick wall, the huge gate, and so many bastions are the ways to ensure the security. These are made by the security reasons. Now, some questions are there. Why were bastions made in the fort wall? I will give you the answer. First of all, I will read the questions. Why were big holes made on them on the wall? What differences would be there if you were to look from the straight flat wall or bastions at the height? How would the soldiers find peeping from the holes in the bastions useful while attacking? Now I will answer all these questions. This is the answer number 1. They were made to ensure security of the fort. Answer number 2. Big holes were made in them to ensure the viewing area. Soldiers could look through these holes and could keep a better vigilance. You are watching that these are the holes you are watching. These are called the bastions or burj. This is the answer number 3. Bastions ensured better safety of soldiers. It also provided a better vantage point from where a larger area could be seen. It would not have been possible from a flat wall. What did we find inside the fort? Shelja, I wonder how old this fort would be. Do you think the king built the fort so that he could live here? Kalyani, it was written outside that Qutub Shahi Sultan ruled here one after another from 1518 to 1687. Didi, much before than that, in 1200, this fort was made up of mud and different rulers lived here. Shelja, oh look, this board has a map of the fort. Now Shridhar, this map shows so many gardens, field and stories. Sorry, I'm so sorry, field and factories. See, there are many palaces are inside the fort. Shelja, that means that not only the Sultan but many other people like farmer and worker must also have been living here. They are telling that in the palace there are so many gardens, field, factories were there, and that is why they are telling not only Sultan but there were so many people like farmers, workers also lived in the fort. Kalyani, it must have been a complete town. The Sultan's palace. Shridhar said, these steps seem to go on and on. Shelja. Even in those days, they used to have buildings with 2 floors. Kalyani, now the building is in ruins, but one can imagine that earlier there were many big halls and rooms here. Now the buildings has been going to ruins, but it is shown that there must be very big halls and rooms here. Shridhar, look at the beautiful carving on the wall. It is so fine. Kalyani, we also saw something like a fountain on one of the roofs. Didi, yes, there were many big tanks and fountains here. They used to be full of water. The fountains would be full of water in those days. Wow, what engineering! Think even today when engineers design houses, sometimes there is dampness in the wall. And here, so long ago, there were fountains on the terrace. The building must have been made up such good understandings. If we think how the people lived 500 years ago, so many questions come to our mind. For example, how was water lifted to such heights? Can you guess how? You are watching, this is the fountain. Now some questions are here. Watch carefully. Now I am going to give you the answer of all these questions. This is the question number 1. How would the fountains have worked? Now the answer is fountains would have run through the water supplied by larger tanks. What arrangement would have been made in the building for air for air and light? So the answer is large windows, doors and ventilators would have been for air and light. Look carefully at the picture of the beautiful carving on the wall. What kind of tools would have been used for such fine carving? So the answer is the chisel and hammer made up of iron would have been used for such fine carving. We still do not have any electricity at many places in our country, even at places which do not have electricity. Imagine what would happen in there if there were no electricity for 1 week. What are the things that would be different, that would be difficult to imagine without it? The answer is, if there is no electricity in our city, there would be great scarcity of water. We would not be able to use TV, computers, etc. Even the mobile phone would not work. Work in offices, etc. cannot be possible either. In other words, life will be to a standstill. Now I will show you. This is the picture of the Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah, who made the Golconda Fort. He is also called the founder of Hyderabad. And it is said in the chapter that Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah made the fort very cleverly and fantastic. He made the fort very beautifully, because it is said that the Golconda Fort had started to build in 2000 centuries, but at that time the fort was made up of clay. You are watching. At that time in 1200 century, the fort was made up of clay. But Muhammad Quli Qutub Shah made the fort in a very fantastic way, and he made the thick walls. Now I will show you the height of the fort. This is the fort is made up of at a very height. The walls are very thick. You are watching. Walls are very thick. You are watching. The bastions are on the walls, are on the top of the wall. And you know why the bastions were made? I told you in the lesson we have seen bastions that are made on the top of the walls. These are also called the burj and holes. Bastions were made for the security reasons. The soldiers stay on the top of the fort at the behind of the bastions and keep an eye on the kingdom. They could see their enemy coming from far away and could attack on their enemy, but their enemy could not see them. In this way, they keep safe their kingdom. And you are watching the very huge gate, and it has the spokes on them, the iron spokes on them, and the gate is so much heavy that it is thought that so many people must be needed to keep shutting and opening the gate. This is the picture of the curving walls. The designer walls are there, and you know that for curving the walls, the tools were needed was hammer and chisel that were made of iron. Now this is the picture of the fountain, and you know that there were no fountain only on the outside of the fort, but the fountains were also in the and into the palace, into the rooms too. Why these attacks? Are you watching? There is something. What did this card? While we were all talking, Sridhar called us to see a big gun, that is a cannon. We ran up the steps. You know that in the first part of the chapter there are some children who has come to visit to the Golconda Fort. Here the children are talking to each other. Meanwhile, Sridhar called them to see a big gun. This is called a cannon. Big balls of bomb are used to shoot this cannon. And why this attacks? Sometimes the kings attacks for their defense, and sometimes the kings of the other country attacks, or you can use the cannon for occupy the space, or you can say the for occupy the region of the other king.
Shailja, this must have been the Sultan's big gun. Didi, this was used by Aurangzeb. His full army came with their guns and cannons to attack, but they could not even enter the fort. For 8 months they camped outside the fort. Shailja, why should the army come here all the way from Delhi? Didi, in those days emperors and kings played such tricks. They tried to make smaller kingdom a part of their own kingdom. This was done something by friendship, sometimes by flattery, or even by marriage between families. And when nothing else worked, they also attacked them. Kalyani, why is it that Aurangzeb's army could not get into the fort? He had so many soldiers and big guns. Shailja, didn't you see these strong thick walls? In the map, there is a long, deep ditch, you can say pit, long, deep pit along the walls. How could the army enter? Sridhar, if the army tried to come from a different side, then the soldiers in the bastions would have seen it from a distance. Now, no wonder it was difficult to attack the fort. Kalyani, imagine the army is coming on horses and elephants with all their guns. Here the Sultan's army stands fully prepared. Shailja, oh no, how many people and soldiers on both the sides must have been killed in all this fighting. Why do people attack and have wars?